You know, I've been having some conversations with people about failure recently. I know, not a popular subject. Some of these people are in groups and others on sites I'm a member of. And one thing these conversations have in common is that the subject of failure seems to be divided. I'm Gail Murray from Six Dimensions of Healing, and I'm a Law of Attraction mindset coach, and I've also been a spiritual counsellor for over 22 years. In that time, I've coached a few people to a success mindset. I'll show you what I mean. Which statement about failure do you relate to? On the one hand, failure is something we were taught when we were younger, that if you failed, it wasn't a good thing. Nobody had to necessarily say that. We all felt the pain of failure. There was an unexpected ending of something and a great loss or disappointment followed. Pain was associated with failure, whether it was failing an exam or even a sports tryout. When we failed, we felt pain. Therefore, we avoided it. Now, on the other hand, I've been listening to some amazing entrepreneurs like Jeff Walker, Tony Robbins, Graziosi, Susan Garrett, and quite a few others that see failure quite differently. They wear their failure like a badge of honour. Their belief is that if you haven't failed, then you haven't grown. Now, I know this isn't strictly true because, of course, you can grow in life and in business in so many ways without calling it a failure, and they're all worthwhile. But what if for a moment we took that perspective, that failure was something to be proud of? It meant we'd tried, we're growing, and we're moving forward. Now, it seems to me that these mega successful entrepreneurs have come to successfully divide failing from becoming a failure, which makes absolute sense because it's only temporary. When you have a broken arm, you temporarily are incapacitated, but you aren't identified as a broken-armed person, are you? You don't see yourself that way, and neither do others. Yet, when we fail, we often refer to ourselves as failures. So the differentiation between failing and a failure is a very important one. When you know that temporary failures are a part of life, you can begin to incorporate them a little more into your life and your language. Some people I've met won't even use the term failure because they see it as too negative. These experiences are helping you move forward. You didn't give up walking because you kept falling down when you were a baby, and neither should you give up on your dreams, ever. Failure is just a word. It's not a term or an infliction. It's not a disease, nor it's not even contagious. Failure is a fast track to success. It seems the more you fail, the bigger your success. Of course, your family might not understand this, but the reason people seem to have enormous success following periods of failure is that their success is proportionate. Failure has given them the knowledge and the tools to move in directions they couldn't even see before. It opens their eyes to different opportunities, doors that once appeared closed, and that's what we call growth. Growth is inevitable, and once you make peace with failure, you no longer fear it. I now no longer mind using the word because it's worn with pride. I know that every failure or disappointment is bringing me closer to success. In fact, I don't know one successful person who hasn't experienced failure along the way, many times over and of all different sizes. You see, if you fail, it means you've made decisions. You've made choices and have experienced consequences. All the things you did when you were younger. The difference is that now you know that instead of it being because you were wrong, it's because you want to experience life. Rather than debilitating, it's in fact freeing. I now no longer have pressure to get it right, and I don't have to choose the best decision. I make a decision and then it leads me to the next and the next. And just like learning to ride a bicycle, I fall. Sometimes. Do my decisions work? Maybe. Do I achieve what I want? Eventually. And do I get back up? Absolutely. Making peace with failure is one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I challenge you to quickstart your success by doing the same. Give failure a big hug like a long-lost friend and welcome it into your life with open arms. You'll love the experience.